almighty and powerful, yet so meek. So this was the description of our Father in heaven. And my experience with the Father has always been this experience of meekness, tenderness, love. Whenever the Father spoke, I always heard him in this way, very gentle. I heard him also upset in other messages when God the Father speaks, and he was upset about us, of how we are behaving in our times, in our morality, and all this. And he tells us everything. But he comes to us as a father, to reproach us as a father, reprimand us, but not to condemn us. And we can be condemned in the day of judgment. And that depends, as God said in one of the messages here that I received, he said, in the judgment day, everybody will be judged according to the measure of the love you have had here on earth. So that is why the love is very, very important. To act with love, to pray with love, to fast with love, to whatever you do, to do it with love and offer it to God. All these will be counted one day. Now, the Father had asked me in the beginning if I wanted to love him more, and I had said yes, but I cannot do it alone. He said he would help me, and he will teach me how to progress in the love. Now, you would say, why does he come to you and speak to you, Vassula? What about us? I'm just repeating again that this message that God the Father has given to me, without any merit, it is not for me only. Otherwise, I would be happy in my own little house, enjoying his presence without any problems, having to go out, transmit it, having to face people who look at you and say, ha, do you believe her? She's a false prophet. She's inventing all this. And I have all these things on my head. Yet I have to continue, because God wants me to continue in this mission. He has given me so much, and he says, now you be my echo. Go out to the nations and give what I have given you. And I have been taking dictation for 13 years. The first 3 years where I was hidden, I would say, because God did not want his message to make it known. He just wanted me to keep writing all what he was giving me. So I used to write everything. Although he was telling me, go out and give it. So the pressure was on me. He was saying, go out, and yet he was not giving me the possibilities. And yet he was saying to me, don't go out yourself and say, look what I have. I will bring the people all the way to your doorstep, and then when they come to your doorstep and ask you about the message, you give it to them. But you yourself, don't throw yourself out to go and say, God wants me to go to you. No, I will send them to you to be invited. And that is how the mission will be. Many times, in the beginning, when God the Father was dictating to me, and it was very fresh still, you see. I was a person who was running to the clubs, playing tennis, had friends, cocktail parties, the whole lot, I would say, in these developing countries where my husband worked. And so it was difficult for me sometimes to find myself morning, lunch, afternoon,